Have you ever experienced the intense sensation of looking someone straight in the eyes and, at that precise moment, perceiving that behind that gaze was a lie? A sort of invisible fracture, an emotional alteration that, despite your efforts to mend it, seemed impossible to grasp. Yet, despite all your intuitions, you trusted that person. You dedicated time to them, offered your presence and your heart, making available everything you had to give. And in the end, they betrayed you, leaving you with a profound sense of confusion and disorientation. Betrayal, in fact, is not limited to a stolen kiss, a broken promise, or a lie whispered in a moment of vulnerability. What hurts the most, what penetrates deepest into the soul, is the betrayal that comes from someone you helped get back on their feet in their darkest moments. From someone you protected with all your strength, even when, in a clear and evident way, they did not reciprocate your support. From someone who proclaimed to love you sincerely, but in reality, deep down, never truly saw you for who you are. Yes, because this is the truth that few have the courage to confront. Those who betray you do so because they never truly saw you. And you? You had the ability to perceive and understand them, but they, unfortunately, could not see you in your entirety. The problem does not lie within you. The issue is that many people live through distorted projections. They cannot perceive you for who you are, but for what they wish to see. They idealize you, or devalue you. They use you as a mirror to reflect their shadows, and when that reflection no longer aligns with their need, they feel entitled to destroy you without mercy. Carl Jung, the renowned psychoanalyst, explained this complex dynamic with disarming clarity. Each of us projects onto others what we do not want to see in ourselves. And often, people betray you because in you they see something they cannot accept recognizing in themselves. It is a deeply unconscious mechanism. At first they love you. Or at least, they believe they do. They see in you a care, a salvation, a strength that they feel they do not possess. And you, in good faith, give it to them, investing all your heart and soul into that bond. But the problem arises when you start reflecting too many truths. When your love becomes a mirror so clear and bright that it begins to force them to confront their reality. And it is precisely at that moment that they may start to feel a deep hatred towards you. Not because you made a mistake, but because you have become the mirror that forces them to see what they cannot accept about themselves. They betray you, therefore, as a form of escape, as an act of sabotage, as a defense to protect their fragile and insecure ego. Because in you they see the freedom they cannot grant themselves. They see the light that blinds them. They see the love that terrifies them in an unprecedented way. And in all this pain, in all this emotional poison that seeps into your thoughts and feelings, you find yourself asking, why has it happened again? What did I do wrong in all this? But the truth is that you did not make any mistakes. You only had the courage to truly see, while the other was still blind, trapped in a reality they could not recognize. You perceived them, understood them. But they did not see you, your authenticity, your vulnerability, and your intrinsic value. Betrayal is not an individual fault. It is a symptom, a warning signal. It is the consequence of a relationship founded on illusions, on unresolved needs, on wounded parts trying to connect, but ultimately destroying each other in an endless cycle. When we project our insecurities, we do not truly love. When we idealize, we fail to see reality. And when we deceive ourselves, we end up hurting precisely those who sincerely wanted to save us. This is why they betray you. Because they cannot bear the truth of your presence. Because they prefer a comforting lie over a love that transforms them in ways they cannot comprehend. Because you are real with all your shades and imperfections. And they are still trapped in themselves, in an inner struggle they don't know how to confront. But do not let this experience change you negatively. Do not close your heart just because someone could not guard it with the care it deserved. Do not stop loving with depth and intensity just because someone else was too superficial to understand and appreciate you as you deserve. Always remember, betrayal speaks of the one who commits it, not the one who suffers it. And if it has happened to you more than once, it does not mean you are in error. It means you are a rare soul, vibrating at a frequency that few know how to recognize and genuinely value. Whoever betrays you once is likely to do so again. Not because you are weak, but because they are not ready to bear the strength and beauty of your love. It is not you who loves too much. It is they who love themselves too little. Start looking at the world with different eyes. Observe actions, not just words. Because whoever truly sees you will never betray you. And if you have made it this far, it is probably because a part of you is still trying to understand this complexity. It is still trying to forgive. It is still wondering, why did the one I loved hurt me this way? But if you feel there is something more, if within you moves a question you cannot express in words, then listen. There exists a powerful tool, little known but incredibly deep. It is called Royal Numerology, and it is more than just a simple test. It is a personalized numerology reading based on your birth date and full name, which reveals your invisible wounds, inner blocks, and forgotten talents. It is like a spiritual mirror that shows you who you truly are and what the universe wants to tell you at this precise moment in your life. I myself was surprised by the accuracy with which it described what I had inside. And now I want to offer you this possibility. Receive your free numerology reading from Royal Numerology now. You just need to enter your name and birth date, and let yourself be guided. It is the first step to rediscovering yourself. And if these words have helped you even a little, subscribe to the channel. Every week, new truths, new questions, new answers. Because the most important journey is always the one you take inside yourself. You saw them. But now, see yourself too. In your entirety. In your authenticity. And this is the key to truly begin healing.